And in that moment, I said, look, if we're going to differentiate ourselves, we got to zero in and double down on the thing that makes us different. Hey everyone, my name is Mike Andy. Today I'm going to be sharing with you how exactly I not only saved my gym, but actually made it more profitable after the COVID-19 pandemic. About 2 years ago, COVID-19 came to the United States and absolutely obliterated the gym industry. We had to close down for 3 solid months. When we reopened, there were so many restrictions, it was absolutely ridiculous. People had to wear masks, but in addition to that, we had to do spacers and dividers, and it was just absolutely insanity. And then literally after a couple months of being open in that capacity, they wanted us to close down again. We did not close down the second time. I had had enough of it by that point. But for 3 months, we had to close the doors to the club, and we could not accept any payment for memberships that were on a monthly basis. Prior to COVID, we would charge people about $40 to $45 per month for their gym membership, and we had to stop that literally after a week of being closed. And then for the next 3 months, we did not collect a single dollar in membership dues. So how did we get through that? And then how did we actually, over the past 2 years, not only come back and save the gym, but actually now be more profitable, make more money in terms of top line revenue, and our margins are much, much improved. So here are the 4 things. The first one is that what I wanted to do is that when the club opened back up, I wanted to be where we had raised our prices to the point, and this can be used in any business, where a customer has to stop when they're making a buying decision, when they're comparing 2 different products or services, and they have to actually think, why is this so much more expensive? In the past, our club had been about $40 per month in terms of cost. Well, our nearest competition was maybe $20, $30 per month. So it was relatively comparatively the same. And someone would only come to our club, maybe if we were a little more convenient to come to our specific location. However, what I wanted to do is actually raise the prices towards more like $55 or $60 per month to use the gym as a member, mostly due to the fact that I wanted people to realize that this price discrepancy, they were gonna get a different experience and they're gonna get a different quality of product by coming to our facility. And so we raised prices literally during the months when we were closed, and everyone else was worried about Peloton and people working out at home forever. And in that moment, I said, look, if we're gonna differentiate ourselves, we gotta zero in and double down on the thing that makes us different. And we're gonna raise our prices, not lower them, we're gonna raise them. So I wanted to make sure that the same way that you would take a watch, and maybe it's $50 for a watch. Well, the exact same watch that tells the exact same time could be $50,000 if it's just a different brand and it's made in a much more quality manner. And so I wanted to become the Rolls Royce, the Rolex of the gym in our local market. The gyms in our local market could be $10, $15, $20 per month in terms of membership dues on the low end. I wanted to be on the high end. I wanted people to actually have to stop and not be able to compare apples to oranges. There had to be something different, and then use that extra margin to do things that none of those other gyms could do. So the first thing was raising prices to the point where people could not compare our product and service against other clubs. This is what we call the Evol Room. So you got the banner up here, and then basically you stand on this, you get scanned, and then you get a printout. They look like this. You're able to see your lean body mass, body fat mass, visceral fat, just a whole bunch of really good calculations for scanning your body left and right, composition, and then gives you a bio age, BWI score, a whole bunch of really cool stuff. And you can track this really well. It's better than just tracking just your weight. It tracks actually your body composition over the course of time as you're working out, and it's all through bioelectrical impedance. So basically measuring how fast electrical currents go through the body. Obviously, fat and muscle, water are going to affect that speed. So pretty cool stuff. The second thing that we did at the club in order to make it stronger after 2 years of COVID is that we changed the billing frequency. Now, this is in every business, the determining factor of what should we charge a customer, and then when should we bill the consumer. And so in the past, we had charged them on a monthly basis. What that meant is, because it's on a subscription model where they have to sign a contract for 12 or 24 months to become a member, is that I would get 12 billing cycles for the year. Now, what we did is we switched to bi-weekly, because first off, it lowered in the perceived cost to the consumer, because instead of charging $50 per month, $25 every 2 weeks, even though it theoretically is about the same amount, it seems a lot cheaper in the mind of the customer, especially when those bi-weekly prices that we have are comparable to the monthly prices of our competitors. Now, by changing the billing frequency from monthly to bi-weekly, we didn't just double the amount of times that we would bill someone in the year. We actually made more money by simply charging bi-weekly. Here, let me explain. So if I'm charging someone monthly, that would mean I'm able to bill them 12 times in the year. Now, when I switch to bi-weekly, it doesn't go to 24. Do the math, if there's 52 weeks in the year and I bill every other week, it means I get 26 billing cycles in the year. Essentially, I get 2 extra billing cycles when I charge on a bi-weekly basis. Essentially, if that's $25, that means an extra $50 per customer per year, which means if I have 1,000 consumers, 1,000 gym goers, and I'm able to get $50 from every single one per year, that's $50,000 in extra revenue. And by the way, I didn't do anything. And in the mind of the consumer, $25 bi-weekly is almost the same as $50 per month. When in reality, it made the club an extra $50,000 in sheer profit simply by changing the billing frequency. The third thing that we did at the club was cut out our least profitable customers. Now, when it comes to the gym industry, there's what's called PPV, or pay per visit. And these are sponsored programs from insurance companies that typically pay a couple dollars per time someone visits the club. The problem with this is if someone does not use the facility, we wouldn't make a single penny. So even though they would come in, we would sign them up, maybe we'd make $50 or $60 on the sign up, and we'd sell them a key fob to be able to get 24/7 access. Because the money was not coming from them, but rather their insurance company, there was no urgency for them to even use the facility, see great results, or become part of the community. Therefore, they might sign up and use the club once or twice every year or never show up again. And we didn't want that for the community of the club. And we didn't want it for the fact that someone could literally be a member and pay us $1 or $2 per month, while at the same time, there's someone else that signed a 24-month contract and is paying us $50, $60 per month out of their paycheck. So I didn't feel like it was fair that one person pays $50, $60 per month, and yet they have to potentially wait on a restroom or a shower or a treadmill when we got really busy because someone was using the facility that was literally paying a couple dollars to be there, and potentially we might get $10 a month from them if they use this on a weekly basis. So what we did was weed out those PPV, pay per visit members. We canceled all the insurance programs, and that made a lot of people unhappy because a lot of these people are older, silver sneaker members and individuals that are on a fixed income. So what we did as a compromise is we offered a lower monthly subscription cost for members to switch from pay per visit into an actual subscription and an actual membership that we controlled and was not going through a third party like an insurance company. Another reason why we did this is during COVID-19, when we were closed down, these insurance companies that had these programs with the gyms literally charged us money to keep the program open and then advertised to our members with free at-home videos to be able to keep their workouts going. It was absolutely crazy. A lot of gym owners hated it, and it put a lot of really bad taste in our mouths as gym owners when the people that are supposed to be telling the members to come to us were telling them not to come into the gym and rather just stay at home, therefore saving the insurance company money, but absolutely not in the best interest of the gym owners. We also cut out trial passes. So in the past, people would always advertise 7-day passes that were free, and the idea was that you'd be able to get someone in to use a facility and they'd try it out and they'd like it and they'd sign up for a membership. The problem was like literally less than 10% of people that did a trial membership became a member. Yet you'd have to have them sign a waiver, and you'd have to make sure that they came to the club only during staffed hours. Now, what was kind of funny is the fact that because of COVID-19, we were able to use it as an excuse as to why we were not allowing trial members, because all of our other members have a key fob, we have security clearance, we have a picture of them and all the rest of it, whereas these trial members, we didn't know who they were really, and we didn't want them in the club during the pandemic. Well, we just kept that right on going. We realized that having trial members was not the best interest of the club. It was usually used by students, people on vacation, and people that just wanted a quick workout, not people that would potentially become members down the road. By doing this, it also allowed our staff to focus on our members and not constantly chasing the next trial member, the next person that comes in for a day or two. And they were always the one making the issues in the club and causing the headache, and so we just immediately cut them out, therefore eliminating a lot of the time wasted signing them up on their trial passes, as well as cleaning up after them. They were the ones that would leave the bathrooms and the showers always looking gross, and we'd have to end up cleaning up after them. So it was just an overall win-win, and we kind of used COVID as a guise for getting rid of the trial pass. The fourth and final thing that we did to save the club and actually bring it back to making more money today than it did 2 years ago is that we focused on training. And when we focused on on training, not only did we hire back all the trainers, we actually hired an additional trainer during COVID. When we were closed down, we hired another trainer. The reason we did this is because I realized that instead of trying to raise the cost of the membership incrementally by a couple dollars, what I should be trying to do is instead of getting $50 or $60 per month from a member, I should make the value of that customer $500, $600 per month by offering very intense training programs, whether it be personal training or group training. So we actually more than tripled the price of our group training packages. In the past, we would charge $99 per month to be part of a group training package. We changed that to over $370 per month after COVID-19. You say, well, why did you do that? Well, all of a sudden we were able to have smaller groups. The trainers were able to spend more time with the member, and therefore they got better results. They were held to accountability, and they were able to have better scans. We invested in a scanner that did a body scan and would get all of the fat and water weight and all the different metrics of the body. We invested all of that to make the training experience better. You can't just slap a Rolex logo onto a $50 watch and expect it to sell for more. You do have to make the product better. And so during that time when we were closed, not only did we renovate the gym, make it better, buy more equipment, we also purchased things that would make the training experience a lot better for the customer. And we really started to advertise the fact that we were a training facility. We weren't just a 24/7 gym. We were going to really try to focus on selling the customer that would be worth $400, $500 per month instead of just the regular gym goer that would be about $50 to $60 per month. Effectively 8, 9, 10xing the amount of revenue we could get from one customer. When you have a constraint like you do in a gym with space, the goal is to maximize the amount of money that you can get from every single customer. For the gym, we only have so much space. It's about 7,000 square feet. You can only fit so many members inside. So once you hit saturation and you filled the gym up, your goal shouldn't be trying to sell more memberships. It should become, how do I take an existing member and make them of a higher value? So not only do we more than triple the price of our training packages, we also invested in supplement programs to be able to take an existing customer and sell them supplements that would allow them to become a higher value to the gym. 2 years after COVID, I'm very happy to say that our team has been able to sell back to pre-COVID levels of membership, and our training is about 2 to 3x more in terms of revenue per month that we get from that, plus the supplement sales. We're now much more profitable, make more money in terms of revenue, and I'm looking forward to what the future has for the club. If you want other business tips or advice, check out MikeAndes.com. Also, if you're looking to start a gym and you want to grow up past $500,000 in revenue, check this video out here where I give more detailed information about what I've learned over the past few years of owning this Anytime Fitness location.